She is the one who should be begging for you to pay attention to her, which is why I'm so confused as to how somebody as wonderful as you could behave in such a needy manner. She is the one who ought to beg for your attention. You are the most incredible person I've ever met. You are the kind of man that any lady would be fortunate to have. If you follow any of the advice or suggestions in this video, she will be pursuing you and pleading with you by the time this video is through, provided that you use any of my tips or techniques. My first piece of advice for you is more of a game, but it is one that is guaranteed to be successful. Avoid reacting in such a hasty manner. When someone in whom you are interested really texts you, you feel an overwhelming impulse to answer as soon as possible. By suppressing it for approximately 5 minutes, by you waiting and delaying your response for around 5 minutes, she is mentally and psychologically considering what she will do next. Hold on just a second. Does he not see what's happening? Didn't he see my text? She is aware that you read her text, but this indicates that she is having the thought in her head that maybe he's too busy or maybe he's with another lady. The second piece of advice that is going to make her more desperate for your attention is to not always text her first. This will make her want your attention even more. If you are the one who is constantly initiating touch with her, if you are the one who is consistently reaching out to her first, then she won't have the chance to miss you. It prevents her from having the opportunity to reflect on you in that moment. The next strategy is to send her images of you engaging in enjoyable activities. Take a picture if you are going somewhere interesting and doing something fun, then email it to the individual in whom you are interested. Snap a picture of something that you do that evening or during that outing, and email it to the person who you are interested in. It doesn't matter if you are going to a restaurant, a game, or a bar. Just take a picture of something. Because the feeling that one is missing out on something is quite genuine. It's a good way to kick off the conversation. The fourth mental trick is to ensure that you look after yourself. This is the kind of thing that will automatically endear you to somebody or pique their interest in you. This is how you can take it to the next level now, so pay attention. When she sends you a text message that says, "Hey, what are you doing at the moment?" In the event that you do not immediately react, the subsequent response may be, "I'm so sorry. I did not receive your text. I was working out. Do you see what I've done to you here?" Then she begins to think, "Oh, I'd be willing to wager that his six-pack is tight and that his glutes are on fire." I also have a fifth piece of advice for you, and that is to make an effort to present yourself in a more handsome manner. Now, the issue is not one of style. It is not about your physical appearance. It has to do with your appearance. I was aware that taking care of one's skin was an unduly involved process, but you may get started with a fundamental skincare routine that only involves a few steps. Quality, not quantity, is what our skin need. Therefore, if you wash your face in the morning or at night with a face wash that is designed according to your skin type, if you use a gentle scrub twice a week for exfoliation, if you use gentle moisturizer day and night, and if you regularly apply sunscreen, then you will be able to get that healthy, smooth skin. Being successful at anything is the sixth strategy you can employ to make women desperate for your attention. You don't have to be crushing it or murdering it or driving a Lamborghini to be successful now. People that have a purpose in life and are passionate about what they do are on a whole other level in terms of desirability. However, if you are the type of person who is actively seeking your own personal aspirations and goals, this is wild and sexy. Make it clear to others what it is that you wish to accomplish, what it is that drives you, and what it is that you enjoy doing in your spare time. You place a high value not only on the fact that you have a life and are working hard to create one for yourself, but also on the person you decide to spend it with. You have to make it clear to her that conversing with her is a deliberate choice on your part. You are making a conscious decision to be with her. When you finally realize and accept the fact that you are a fantastic individual, you become an extremely desirable catch. It completely alters the game, and the dynamics of the situation. The seventh piece of advice that I'd want to share with you is something that's a little bit like a mental game. It's not a good idea to schedule the second date so soon after the first one. Before the first date is done, a lot of guys make the mistake of trying to set up a second date, which is one of the worst mistakes that a lot of guys make, and it completely kills the whole desire and anticipation feeling. Guys, you should never act in this manner. Don't get physical on the first date. That's the eighth piece of advice I'd like to share with you. One of the reasons why relationships are so wild and horrible is because both parties involved are too pushy and eager, and as a result, they engage in behaviors for which they should wait a little bit longer. Don't forget to go at your own pace. If someone is willing to sleep with you on the first date, you probably don't want to be involved with them in any capacity for the foreseeable future. You continue to believe that you are unique, despite what she says, "I don't actually engage in this behavior." Really, you don't act like way under regular circumstances. I don't believe you, sister. You are, which is why you're engaging in this activity with me. Because you are taking things more slowly and avoiding being overly wild and sexually excited too soon, she will begin to believe that you are somewhat unique among the other guys because of the way that you conduct yourself. You're doing nothing except holding yourself back, and the fact that she's not used to this completely throws off her mental state. You obviously need to feel attracted to the other person physically, but you also need to dig a little bit deeper. Even while the three of you function more effectively as a unit when you're in the same room, this does not mean that you become indistinguishable from one another. Another thing to take away is the significance of leading your own life. One final piece of advice for you men is to act like independent men if you want women to compete with each other to get your attention. It is not reasonable to be in her face all the time. You need to surround yourself with positive people and pursue interests outside of work. You have to make sure that you have activities that you enjoy doing that do not involve her in any way. It's high time you acknowledge just how crazy awesome you are to yourself. You are quite the catch, and any woman would be fortunate to have you as a potential partner. You have made the decision to be with her. If you put into action the strategies that we discussed in this video, not only will she ask you to pay attention to her, but she will also feel as though she has no other option but to beg you to pick her. Because you are incredible, the decision to participate is entirely in your hands. That's all for today. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you like the videos. See you all next time.